In this video, I'm going to share a couple of basic flows in Neovim that will help you migrate from VS Code to Neovim. So these are like most basic actions like creating a split view or opening a new tab, browsing through files, LSP setup, and most common things like search and replace or global search and replace. I feel like without knowing these flow, at least these flow, it is hard to like start a migration from VS Code to Neovim because you'll always keep going back to VS Code to do this stuff. So let's get started. And also, I assume that you have a basic understanding of Vim, like what are the modes, you know the Vim motion. So I won't cover any of that now, but I'll be focusing on just these flows for now. And all these flows that I'm sharing, all these key bindings, everything is based on my current Neovim setup. Just a disclaimer, I'm not saying this is the best setup or this is the right configuration. These are just my preferences. Feel free to download them from my Git repo, make any number of changes as you like. Neovim is all about configuring and personalizing stuff to your own liking. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to open my open source app here. So the first stuff is file browser. So I believe this is Telescope file browser, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a very basic file browser, and right now it's configured to open up as soon as you open a project. So if I want to search for a file, all I do is :F, and this is like a fuzzy finder. I think it's the same as Command P in in VS Code. So if I open vsconfig, there you go, I have it open. And if I want to just open the file explorer, I can do : which is my leader, so :sf, and here I'm just basically browsing through my files. So if I want to open app, if I want to open app, I hit enter. I can just browse through folders, things like that. And yeah, that's a very simple file browser. And if I want to recursively search or fuzzy find throughout the whole project, I have Command R. This is more like a grep. Yeah, you can see here like grep. So if I want to search for JSX, so there you go. So these are all instances of JSX. Or if I want to find link, yeah, so I can find all instances of link like this. So yeah, those are like super basic things. So opening a file or searching for content in a file. Now the other thing is opening or splitting your editor. So if I hit SV, it's going to split vertically, and yeah, I can just keep doing that over and over again. I don't do much of horizontal split, so I'm not sure if I have a key binding for that, but yeah, obviously you can do an edge split, but most of my workflows are vertical splits. And if I want to move between the tabs, I do S and H. So H is basically the left key in Vim motion, or if I do S and L, it goes to the right screen. So I can do this to switch as many times as I want. So I think we talked about split view and opening a new tab. So if I want to open a file in new tab, I can do the same thing. So I open my fuzzy finder, say I want to open marketing.txt, I find that, and then I hit Control T. So yeah, this opens it in a new tab. And switching between tab, I believe I'm using tab. So yeah, if I just hit tab, I just keep switching between the tabs. That's pretty intuitive. All right, now let's talk a bit more about the file browser. So how do I create a file? So I'm going to close this. Now I'll open the file browser using :sf. Say I want to create a new JSON file here. Or actually, let's create a file inside a folder. So I hit C, and then you can see here, insert the file name. So I'm going to do demo/test.json. There you go. I hit enter, and there's a new folder, demo. And now I have a file test.json. So I can do hello and then save. So yeah, that file has been written. If I go back, there you go, it's there. I can firstly find it, test.json. So that's creating a file. Now, how do I rename it? Again, open the file browser using :sf, go to test, hit R. So here you're saying, you can see it's saying insert a new name. I'm gonna say renamed, renamed dot, oh man, I'm having trouble typing today. Renamed.json. All right, that took a while. There you go. So I have renamed.json here. How do I move or delete it? So I can go back to the file browser. So :sf. I can delete it by just doing D. So it's saying remove selection. Yes. And hit enter and it's gone. So we can also do this with multiple files. So if I create 1.json, 2.json, and 3.json. Okay, I have 3 files now. By the way, I'm moving up and down using J and K. So throughout Vim, if you want to move, the Vim motion is J, K for up and down, H and L for left and right. So I can select file by hovering over it, and not hovering, I guess, selecting and then hitting tab. So you can see a plus icon appeared here. Now if I hit tab once more, I have selected 2 files. And then if I hit D, it's again asking remove selection. I hit yes, and there you go. Those things are gone. Now, if I want to move this file, again, I can do tab, select the file. Then I basically go to the destination. So I can go to data and then I hit M. And there you have it. That file has moved. If I want to copy it, I do the same thing. Tab to select it, go back, I open demo, and then I hit yank or Y, and that would basically copy the file. So yeah, those are almost all the basic file operations. So creating, renaming, moving, deleting. So we covered all of that. Now LSP, or basically all your IntelliSense autocomplete stuff. So there's like numerous ways to set this up. If you go through my plugins, you can see how I have done it, but yeah, I like the current workflow and it's pretty awesome. So if I open, let's see, header.txt, so I have all the basic autocomplete that you see in VS Code. So there you go. Okay, all this. Oh, I do also have Copilot set up. Anyway, so yeah, it's the basic IntelliSense stuff. You get autocomplete thanks to the LSP server, and the other stuff is finding references. So let's see, if I open, let's open action. All right, so here, okay, what is Prisma? So I want to find this. So if I can do GD, so this is like finding the definition of that file. So here you can see there's a definition, there's implementation, and also all the references. So wherever this is used, I can see it here. So if I want to actually open and see this reference, I just hit O. There you go. I can see it here. And if there's a cool shortcut in Vim. If you want to go back to the previous file, I just hit Control and I believe it's caret, the exponent sign. Anyway, so GD basically lets you see all the global like definitions. That's what I put. And another cool thing is you can also rename this. So say I want to change, let's see, okay, I have a variable const test equals hello. Oh. And oh, excuse me for the typo. Say I'm printing it here. So console log test, right? Now, if I want to rename, or say, okay, let me just put it in more places to make this nicer. Okay. So now I want to rename test. So what I can do is I can go to any instance of test and then hit GR. So that is like renaming the symbol using LSP. So now I can say renamed, and I hit enter. There you go. So that particular symbol or all instances of that symbol has been renamed. I think it's the same as the VS Code's rename symbol. Cool. Again, some really handy features. All right, now I can do the same thing using search and replace. So imagine I want to change org ID to something else. So if I want to replace it in this file, what I would do is colon. So if you check here, you should see I would put %s. That is for basically replacing across the whole file. And let's change org ID to test ID. And then I have to replace it globally, so I put /g, hit enter. There you go. So I have changed every instance of org ID to test ID. Now you might want to do this for just a selection of the file. So if I want to just say rename, okay, I want to rename all these consoles to something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Shift V to start selecting lines. I do JJJ, select 3 lines. Now in the visual line mode, I'm going to hit colon. So you get this here, put yes, and then slash. So instead of %s, you have this, and then you can do console. I'm going to change it to project, and then /g. There you go. So I have replaced it in this selection. So let's try here. So I have renamed here and here, but I don't want to change this one. I'm going to do remove all this. So renamed, and then test. There you go. So I just replaced in the selection. I did not change this. All right. Now the global search and replace. So this is a little bit trickier. So what I want to do is first live grep and find all instances. Okay, let's do this. Let's just rename everywhere. Wherever there's Prisma, we'll put something else, right? So open the fuzzy finder. That's colon R, semicolon R, and then I'm going to do await Prisma. Okay, so you have like used that in several places. It's in several files. Now Neovim has this thing called, I believe it's called quick fix. So I'm going to send all these files to quick fix. So I'm going to do SD. So the SD shortcut pretty much put all that files into a quick fix list. So I can see it here. I believe my shortcut is QF. So QF will open the list and QC will close the list. So in this list, what I want to do is I'm going to do cdo. So cdo is the command, I believe. And then I'm going to do S to search, and then change await Prisma. I'm going to change it to await test and replace it globally. So it's saying a lot of changes, of 66 lines replaced. All right, now if I check back, there you go, test everywhere. So if I now live grep await test, oops, sorry, let me close this, QC await. If I search await test, it's everywhere, but for some reason this has not been updated. Oh, I think it's because I haven't saved these files. So I need to do save all. All right, now I saved all the files. Now if I go back and then do live grep await test, there you go. So globally replace several files. Cool. I think that's all in this video. So I hope all these tips or workflows help you in potentially considering Neovim as your next editor. All right then, see ya.